Hello, and welcome back to Late2Datable podcast with your host Big Zoe, where we're going to talk about another subject. And we have another table set up for us to just pull up our chairs. Although we're late to the table, we're still going to sip some delicious tea and really weigh in on the subject at hand. Now, before I start, I do want to give a special shout out to one of my loves. His name is Kendall Henry. And he has been following me for a long time and supporting me for a long time. He's actually one of the few people who have reached out to my personal social media during my 3-year hiatus. Kendall, thank you so much for not sharing that. But I love you so much, and I just want to say congratulations to you for graduating college and getting your fucking degree. You work that shit, okay? You work that shit, and you continue to have an amazing journey. I'm sure it was an amazing, hard journey to get that degree, and I just wish you all the best of luck going forward, and I hope you have another amazing journey after this as well. Always push forward. Always treasure the journey, and I just appreciate you so much and your words of encouragement over the past several years when you were checking up on me. I just want to say thank you so much, and I just wish you nothing but the best, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, you work that shit, bitch. You work it, and I love you so much. With that being said, the topic at hand today is mental health. Now, I did state that my topics are not always going to be pop culture oriented. A lot of my topics will be about pop culture, but I don't think I would be doing my due diligence. I hope I said that right. I hope I didn't just do a fucking oxymoron, girl. Like, it's late, and this was on my mind, and I really feel like I need to record this. So please work with me, y'all. So like, if you see me jumbling a bunch of words together like a ruggamaroo, be like, bitch, Big Zoe 20 is either drunk or he's fucking tired. Take your pick, or both. But no. I really wanted to speak on this topic, and I wanted to use my platform to speak on this topic because it's something that I'm going through, and it's something that I know that others are going through as well. And I really, really, really want people to understand the severity of mental health and how important it is. A lot of people don't view it as an important thing. A lot of people think that mental health is just something that you can kind of shake off and be okay with. You can take some pills and be okay, you know, and things of that nature. It's so much more than that. It's so much more complex than that is. Than what people think it is. And what really pisses me off is that a lot of people don't educate themselves on the subject, but they have a lot of opinions on it. As these same people do with a lot of subjects in life. You don't educate yourself, but you got a lot of shit to say. You're saying a lot, but you ain't saying nothing, honey. Shut the fuck up, okay? I think one of the main issues with mental health is that people view mental health as a sort of weakness. That if you have emotional issues or you have anxiety issues, manic depression, bipolar, things of that nature, any type of mental disorder, then you're weak. You're one of the dregs of society. I completely disagree with that. Mental health is just as important as physical health. The symptoms of mental health, you need to find out what those symptoms are for yourself and be able to diagnose those, just the same way someone would diagnose someone with heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Mental health can be a type of cancer that will fester in your mind and destroy you, and can destroy you. And has destroyed many people. Okay? Look at all the people out there who are on drugs right now. Look at all the people out there who have taken their lives over the years because, you know, their mental health, their mental stability just was not there, and they didn't get the help they needed. So, I just want to say that. Because I want people to have a compassionate an open outlook to what mental health really is. Now, if you guys remember when I talked about my story on the first Late2Datable podcast, I talked about my 3-year hiatus, that dark period of depression I was going through, that I actually am still going through. And I talked about that job I had that fired me. There was so much more that was going on at the time that caused the depression that I'm going through right now. So, at the time, I also tried to go back to school. I entered a program that I had financial backing for, and I was making good grades for with this program. I was making all A's. Like, bitch, I'm not even fucking lying. Like, I view school so differently than what I did 10 years ago. I was motherfucking killing those fucking classes, and those classes were not easy, let me tell you. And all of a sudden, my financial backer decided that they just wanted to pull my financial funding for the following semester, which I ended up having to drop out because I couldn't pay for this program out of pocket. And there was no one I could turn to help me. That was devastating. I felt like I failed at YouTube, so that was devastating as well. My dreams of, I have dreams too. I always said that, the views, the subject content, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like the views, the likes, and all that shit. And in a sense, it didn't. But to be one of the OGs, and I do consider myself one of the OGs of YouTube, I started back then, the reviews back then and things like that. I used to get thousands of views if you followed me for a long time. To be a member of that, and then to come to what YouTube is now, and I'm gonna say 3 years ago or 4 years ago, back when I was still making videos, and I was hardly getting views, and people were getting all these views for just reacting to like trailers or reacting to fucking cartoons and shit like that. And I'm not trying to hurt their hustle, but YouTube only catered to those who were making them the most money while screwing everybody else out of it. And that was really depressing to me too, because I really wanted to use that platform to move forward in some kind of way. And that unfortunately wasn't able to happen. So, all this stuff was building. And then once I had this job, I was just going through the motions, you guys. I was eating and sleeping and going to work. Eating, sleeping, going to work. And I realized that I started gaining more weight. And I realized that I didn't give a fuck. And I realized that I wasn't going out with my friends anymore. Like, my friends would invite me out, and I'd be like, no, I'm cool. And I realized that I felt more comfortable in my bedroom than I did anywhere else, even in my own apartment. Like, I have a whole nice living room set up, and I hardly sit in the living room and watch TV. I come to my bedroom to watch TV. There's nothing wrong with that normally, but your bedroom being a safe haven for you emotionally, there's an issue with that. Especially when you have a whole fucking apartment. The whole apartment should be a safe haven. I felt more comfortable being in bed, under the covers. I didn't want to get up. Only time I would leave the house is when I'm forced to leave the house to go to work to pay bills. That's the problem. Symptoms, remember? Symptoms of a disease. So, that's when the thoughts started happening, you guys. That's when I started having these dark thoughts of whether or not... And I just want to backtrack before I go into this. I have people in my life who love me dearly, and I know they do. My mom, my brother, and my sister, they make it very apparent. My mom hits me up every day. She lets me know she loves me. So this is no reflection on anyone in my life. I have wonderful friends. I have wonderful family. But what I'm going through right now, my feelings right now, is just an internal thought process that has no logic to it. And that's a lot, and that's also what mental health is about too. There's no rhyme or reason, for my thoughts. But one of my thoughts is, if I died tomorrow, people would mourn, they'd be upset, but they'd move on, and nobody's world would stop. And that really, I'm sorry, it's such a dark way of thinking. Oh, I'm about to get emotional, y'all. Just to feel like your life doesn't matter. And like, I just felt like I'm not impacting anything. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not special to anyone. I just feel like I'm getting better. I felt like my life did not matter. And that if I died tomorrow, people would care until they didn't. And that really hurt. It hurt so much. It was something, it was consuming my thoughts every day. I felt like if I didn't reach out to people, people wouldn't reach out to me. And I do feel that to an extent. I know that people in my life love me, but I know they have things going on in their life right now too. And I've always been the person. And see, here's another thing that's also an issue. Because I see and I take into consideration that everybody else has something going on. My mom has a lot of things going on right now, and I wish I could be her savior. My sister has a lot of things going on. My brother has things going on. He has his own family. Some of my friends, they have kids right now they have to worry about. They have all these things going on in their lives that keeps them busy. So Big Zoe has to act like he's okay, so they don't have to worry about him. And because they don't worry about him in that sense, because they don't think nothing's wrong with him, they think nothing's wrong with him, they don't reach out to me, as much as I think it would really help if they did. And I don't think that people really realize that. Like, sometimes reaching out to someone and saying, hey, I just wanted to check on you. See if you're okay. How are you doing? It means a lot. It does. My mom and my brother and my sister, they do it. So this is no reflection on them. If you guys ever listen to this podcast, I don't want you guys to think any kind of way. I love you guys so much. Like I said, there's no logic to my thinking. So, but these are just to other people too. Like, I'm always reaching out to my friends. I'm always trying to call them. I'm always the one to call them. I'm always the one to text them. But if I don't do it, I don't hear from them for a while. And it has to be a while for them to say, hey, what's going on, Big Zoe? I haven't heard from you. You okay? And that used to hurt. And I did not take it personally back then because, I wasn't in this dark space back then. And back then I was like completely understanding. And I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna be the one to hit you up because I'm a busybody. Be like, bitch, what's going on, girl? But now I'm the one. I need people to say, are you okay? I was thinking about you. That goes a long way. But that's my cross to forbear. And it's something that I'm working on. Coping methods, things of that nature. And bitch, some fucking pills, girl. Because, it really helps. I was just so distracted by these thoughts. I'm able to focus more now. It helps me out so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, another symptom of depression that I've noticed since being depressed is time goes by so fast. You don't treasure the day because you don't feel like doing anything in the day. You want to stay at home and do all this and that and not do anything. You don't want to do anything. It's like every day is a fly-day day. I remember I looked up one day, once I got fired, by the way, I haven't been in any rush. I wasn't in a rush to find another job at first because I was just so over life. So I remember one day I looked up, I went to bed one day, and I swear to fucking God, I swear to God, I felt like I looked up, and it was the next goddamn week. That is a symptom of depression. Time just flew by, and I didn't seize it. I didn't realize it. I didn't pay attention to it. I also want to say this. Suicide is it's a very dark subject. And while I was suffering from depression, I don't believe in committing suicide. I didn't believe in taking my life. And I still don't believe in it. But I didn't mind dying. And I know this is a really morbid subject, but I think this is something that we need to talk about and people need to hear. Because if there are other people out there who have felt what I felt, and you hear what I'm saying, I want these words to touch you. It's okay that you're not okay. It is okay that you're not okay, and don't let anyone else make you feel otherwise. You are important. Take care of yourself and your mind. Nourish your mind. Remedy that shit. Get it fixed. But also know that it's okay. For the longest time, I had to be okay. I had to pretend like, oh, it's okay that I'm not, I had to pretend like I was just good old Big Zoe, so everybody else can be okay, and I can be able to help everybody else with their issues. And I remember I even had this one friend who even told me, I don't even want to I remember when I was feeling so depressed one time and I was talking about some issues. And she literally told me, oh, you're being pessimistic. I really don't want to hear that. That's not why I called you. I wanted to call you and be like, yes, and all this shit. Well, bitch, you're not really my fucking friend then. Because I'm a person. My feelings and my thoughts matter. Your feelings and your thoughts matter, my loves. Take care of your mind, just like you would take care of your soul, and just like you would take care of your body. Your mind is important, and don't let people tell you that or shame you for not being mentally well. It is normal, but what I do encourage you to do is that you take these steps to fix it and be okay. You take the steps to work on that health, that mental health. Because complacency is the devil, bitch. And complacency works hand in hand with depression, and it will fucking kill you. And it's a struggle. It is a struggle every day. It's a struggle every day to get up. It's a struggle every day to live. The hardest thing to do in life is live it. But be brave and live. I'm sitting here quoting Buffy, y'all. Bitch, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Bitch, that was a quote from straight out of Buffy. Joss Whedon, Buffy, yes. If you love Buffy, say yes, bitch. I love me some Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But that is a real ass quote. The hardest thing to do in life is live. Be brave and live. Okay? I really hope that this podcast touched somebody out there. I really hope that if you are dealing with stuff, that you love yourself enough to help yourself. And I remember what worked for me was the thought, whew, I'm sorry, I keep getting emotional, you guys, I'm so sorry. What worked for me was that the thought of, once again, thinking about other people, but it helped me. The look on my mother's face, or how she would feel, or how my family would feel if I did something horrible like suicide. What I would have done to them. And then I thought about the disservice that I would have done to myself if I had done that shit. Because I'm somebody and I matter. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say that shit. Because I say it to myself every day. You are somebody and you matter. Sometimes you gotta kick your own ass. Oh God, I'm so sorry, you guys. That was not my intention to be over here crying on this microphone, but I love you guys, and I just want you guys to know that if you are ever in doubt of anything, I may not know you, I may not know your name, I may not know what you look like, but know that I love you and you are loved unconditionally. Unconditionally. This is Big Zo 20. Or Big Zo now. I've dropped the 20, bitch. I'm 30 now. So this is Big Zo. And I hope you really enjoyed this podcast. I have so many more recordings coming up soon. And I will see you guys later. Remember the 4 L's, bitch. Live, let live, laugh, and love. Especially yourself. You guys have a good one. Good night.